She did 3 of these 7 actions last night. You noticed, but you didn't understand what they meant, so you did nothing. And this morning, she's distant, or worse, she's with someone who did understand. 7 physical actions women perform when they want you to undress them. Not subtle hints, not maybe signals. Specific body movements that mean I'm ready right now, but expressed through actions fear allows them to take. And when a man doesn't recognize these actions, she assumes he's not attracted or doesn't know how to read female desire. This is mind and emotion, the psychology of physical invitations that bypass words entirely. The first action involves her hair, but it's not what you think. Most men think when a woman touches her hair, she's just fixing it, adjusting it, making sure it looks good, a grooming habit with no deeper meaning. Wrong. When a woman repeatedly touches her hair in your presence, she's not grooming. She's performing a self-touch ritual that maps exactly where she wants your hands. Think about what she's doing, running her fingers through her hair, twirling strands, pushing it behind her ear, letting it fall forward again. What do you think is happening? She's being fidgety, maybe nervous. What's actually happening? She's showing you how she wants to be touched. Her hands are demonstrating what she wants yours to do. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Women can't directly say, touch me here, without feeling too forward, too sexual, too vulnerable to rejection. So instead, they touch themselves in the exact places they want you to touch them. And they do it repeatedly, hoping you'll notice the pattern. When a woman runs her fingers through her hair while looking at you, she's not just playing with her hair, she's giving you a visual instruction manual. Her fingers are saying, this is how I want to feel your hands on me. But most men see this and think nothing of it. They watch her touch her hair 5, 6, 7 times in a conversation and never make the connection. And she interprets that as, he's not paying attention, or he doesn't want to touch me. The second action is even more direct. She exposes her neck, she tilts her head, she pulls her hair to one side, revealing the curve of her neck. She touches her collarbone, she adjusts her necklace, drawing your eyes to her throat. What do you think? She's stretching, getting comfortable. What's real? She's exposing the most vulnerable, sensitive part of her body to you. She's offering it. The neck is primal, it's intimate. When a woman deliberately exposes her neck in your presence, she's not just sitting differently, she's showing you a target, a place she wants your lips, your breath, your attention. Because if you understood this signal, you'd lean in, you'd move closer to that exposed skin. And she's waiting to see if you will. But the next action is where her body completely gives her away. When a woman crosses her legs toward you, most men think she's just getting comfortable, adjusting her sitting position, finding a way to relax. But watch which direction her body points. Watch which knee moves forward. Because when a woman crosses her legs and their top leg angles toward you, she's not just sitting. She's orienting her entire lower body in your direction. What you think is happening, she's just sitting, finding a comfortable position. What's actually happening, she's opening her body toward you. Her legs are pointing at what she wants. Because here's what you need to understand. Body orientation is never accidental. When someone is attracted, their body instinctively turns toward the object of that attraction. Feet point toward it, knees angle toward it. The entire lower half of the body repositions itself. And when a woman crosses her legs with the top leg pointing directly at you, she's done something even more specific. She's created a line from her body to yours, a physical arrow, and the message is clear. I'm directing all of this toward you. But most men don't notice body orientation. They're focused on faces, on words, on what's being said instead of what the body is screaming. And so they miss the moment when her entire lower body just announced, you, I want you. When she crosses her legs toward you and doesn't uncross them, that positioning stays. It's sustained. That's not comfort, that's communication. The fourth action adds movement. Watch what her foot does. Once her legs are crossed toward you, her foot starts moving. Not a nervous shake, a slow, deliberate movement. Her foot rotates, it flexes. Sometimes the shoe dangles from her toes, and all of this happens in your line of sight. What do you think? She's fidgeting, maybe restless. What's real? She's drawing your attention attention to her legs, to her body, to movement that suggests rhythm. When a woman lets her shoe dangle from her foot while her leg is pointed at you, she's creating visual focus. She's saying, look here, notice this part of me. The movement is hypnotic, intentional. It's designed to pull your eyes down her body. And if you're watching, if you're noticing where her foot moves and how it moves, she sees that. She sees that you're paying attention to her body, and that attention is exactly what she wants. But watch what happens with her hands next. This is where most men miss the most obvious signal. When a woman touches you accidentally, most men dismiss it immediately. A brush of her hand against your arm, her knee making contact with yours under the table, her shoulder pressing against you when she leans in, and you think accidental, just proximity, nothing intentional. But go back and feel that moment again. How long did the contact last? Because accidental touches are instant. They happen and immediately break. But when a woman wants you, her touch lingers half a second, a full second, sometimes longer. What you think is happening, random contact, we're just sitting close. What's actually happening, she's testing your response. She's giving you permission to touch her back. Because here's the truth about female-initiated touch. It's never truly accidental. Women are hyper-aware of their physical boundaries. They know exactly when their body makes contact with someone else's. So when that contact happens and stays, when she doesn't immediately pull away, she's made a choice. She's chosen to let her body touch yours, and she's waiting to see what you do with that information. When her hand brushes your arm and stays there for a beat too long, she's not being careless. She's opening a door. She's saying with her body, I want to feel you, and I want you to feel comfortable touching me back. But most men feel that lingering touch and do nothing. They don't return it. They don't escalate it. They treat it like it was actually accidental, and she reads that as disinterest or obliviousness. The fifth action shifts to her face. Watch what she does with her lips. She bites her lower lip. She runs her tongue across her lips. She touches her mouth with her fingers. Sometimes she does all three in the span of a minute. What do you think? Her lips are dry. She's just wetting them. What's real? She's drawing your attention to her mouth, to the place she wants yours. Lip touching is one of the most sexually charged, self-soothing behaviors a woman performs. When arousal builds, blood flow increases to the lips. They become more sensitive, and the impulse to touch them, to bite them, to draw attention to them becomes almost automatic. When a woman bites her lip while looking at you, she's not thinking about chapstick. She's thinking about your mouth on hers. Her body is directing your focus to the exact place where she wants the first physical escalation to happen. And when she does this with her lips while maintaining eye contact, she's removed all ambiguity. That's not a nervous habit. That's an invitation. The sixth action involves her clothing, and when you see it, everything clicks into place. When a woman adjusts her clothing in front of you, most men think she's uncomfortable, that something doesn't fit right, that she's trying to cover up or fix something. But watch what she's actually doing. She's not covering, she's revealing. She pulls her shirt down, which simultaneously pulls the neckline lower. She adjusts her dress, which draws your eyes to her hips. She fixes her bra strap, which exposes her shoulder. Every adjustment creates more visibility, not less. What you think is happening, she's fixing her clothes, making sure everything's in place. What's actually happening, she's using the excuse of adjustment to reveal more skin, to highlight specific body parts. Because if a woman truly wanted to make a discreet clothing adjustment, she'd do it privately, in the bathroom, when you're not looking. But when she does it in front of you, when she makes a show of pulling at fabric, she wants you to watch. She wants your eyes on the body part she's adjusting. She wants you to notice what that adjustment just revealed, and she's using the socially acceptable excuse of fixing her clothes to give you permission to look. When she pulls down her shirt and the neckline drops lower, exposing more of her chest, that's not an accident, that's strategic. She just gave you more to look at while maintaining plausible deniability. The seventh action is the most definitive. She moves closer, not dramatically, not obviously, but she closes the physical distance between you in increments, 6 inches, then 4, then 2. What you think? The space is crowded. She's just making room. What's real? She's eliminating the gap. She's putting her body in range. When a woman progressively moves closer to you over the course of a conversation, she's not responding to spatial constraints. She's reducing the distance you'd need to cross across, to touch her, to pull her closer, to kiss her. Watch how this happens. She starts at normal social distance. Then she leans in to hear you better. Then she shifts position. Then she moves her chair. Each adjustment brings her closer, and she never moves back. When all 7 actions happen in sequence, her body is screaming one message: I'm ready. Touch me. Undress me. Stop waiting for words.
You weren't ignoring her desire.
You didn't know these actions were the language. These 7 actions, hair touching, neck exposure, leg orientation, foot movement, lingering touch, lip focus, clothing adjustment, proximity collapse, aren't random behaviors. They're physical invitations her body performs when words feel impossible. Because a woman can't say, undress me now, without risking appearing too available. So her body speaks instead, through actions that create plausible deniability while screaming readiness. Subscribe to Mind and Emotion. We are learning to read what her body says when her words stay silent. Now you know the 7 actions. The question is, will you recognize them the next time her body is speaking?